guys, welcome to another Twinflame message. All the cards are laid out already. I'm recording the summary of the reading to save some time as usual. Let's jump right into it. Let's see what's going on with this Divine Masculine. How is he feeling? What's happening in his life? The Divine Masculine has been deceived by someone close to him either in his personal life or professional life. He's got to watch his back with this person or with these people. Someone here is dishonest, lacks integrity, not being supportive. They might act supportive, but they aren't really. They don't have his best interest at heart. There's some disrespect and manipulation going on here. He's got to watch his money with this deceitful person or his reputation. And I'm getting that this could very well be two different people we are talking about. One from his personal and one from his professional life. He's been getting guidance about this deceit, but he wasn't listening to it, wasn't really listening to it. He was doubting the guidance, perhaps was even confused about part of it. But now he's listening to guidance. He's open to receive support from the spirit world, from his ancestors, family members who passed, angels, guides. And he's being guided toward a new beginning in love. And these two cards again, the upside down 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel card, upside down thinking woman, are confirming that he was not listening to the guidance, to his intuition regarding a deceitful woman and regarding this strong, caring connection. He was being guided to just open up his heart. The doors of what looks like a wardrobe are opening on this card. And there's a bird cage behind those doors with a heart locked inside of it. There's a key hanging next to the bird cage that seems to be the key to the heart. This deceit card next to it reminds me of the devil card in tarot. So he's keeping himself trapped in a sense. He does have the key to free his soul, to set his soul free. He has the key to this new beginning in love. So this deceit card also represents self-deceit. There is definitely a deceitful person in your Divine Masculine's life, but also there has been some self-deceit going on. He's been lying to himself regarding his happiness. He has been very much focused on the material world, on prosperity. He convinced himself that he had to choose between financial abundance and love. He was playing it safe. He chose the option that he felt would give him a sense of security, stability. And he kept what was in his heart locked up. He kept his true desires a secret. He wasn't speaking up about his feelings. But now he realizes that he doesn't have to choose between what his soul, his heart desires and prosperity. He can have both. He can have financial and spiritual abundance. Listening to logic only and not to his soul, his heart, to his intuition made him discontent. He didn't have true inner peace. He didn't feel victorious. Things didn't work out exactly the way he expected. He needed to stop sabotaging himself, let go of any fears, insecurities, any heartbreaks of the past that were blocking him. And he's doing just that. He's opening the door to spirituality. As the upside down garden and the gate, the door to spirit and the temple path card tell us. He's finding balance between focusing on the physical world and focusing on the spiritual world. Finding balance between logic and intuition. He's going through a profound transformation, emotional, spiritual healing. He's awakening to the truth about this deceit, and also gaining a deeper understanding of his soul's purpose, finding out the truth about this twin flame journey. Again, this door to spirit card with the healer of the ages card next to it is just telling me that these are deep changes that are happening inside the Divine Masculine. He's going through some major spiritual growth. He's learning some important lessons. He's seeking the help of someone with psychic abilities or just becoming more intuitive. But he's definitely open to spiritual guidance now. and he's figuring out his true identity. He's realizing that what he's going through right now with this deceitful woman is part of his spiritual journey. All is not lost. He's on the right path, heading in the right direction. These lessons are just something he had to go through as part of his soul's journey. And he's about to make an important life decision that's significant for his personal growth. But he's listening to guidance and to his intuition now, which will help him make the right decision and help him move his life forward. This decision has to do with this deceitful woman. Again, all three of these cards tell me that these are dramatic changes happening, first only inside of him, but then as a result of that in his outer world as well. By the Divine Masculine denying this guidance regarding this deceitful woman and your connection, he was having a difficult time with his own personal growth as well. He didn't fully allow himself to grow spiritually. He was confused about his purpose in life. He was disconnected from his soul's path, from the Twinflame journey. Wasn't opening up to inner guidance, wasn't trusting his intuition. And that's confirmed with this crown chakra, upside down crown chakra, Archangel Uriel card. But that's over. As I mentioned, the temple path and the door to spirit are telling us that he is listening to guidance now about this deceit. And that's going to open up a new opportunity for him in love. It's going to lead to a new beginning in romance, to the deepening of this caring connection. He's been having financial stability, prosperity, but he's been feeling unfulfilled. So it's time for a change. He's making a plan, figuring out what to do, because he's missing you from his life, missing this deep connection. He's missing spiritual and emotional abundance. He wants to be joyful. He wants to feel like celebrating, wants to celebrate with you, wants you to be part of his life, part of his community. This Divine Masculine has some pretty good people around him that he's close to, he has a good relationship with, but he couldn't share these feelings of his with those people either. He couldn't share with them either how he truly felt. He couldn't discuss with them your connection, this twin flame connection. So he's just tired of hiding his emotions from everyone, hiding his unhappiness, discontent. It's exhausting having to pretend that everything is fine. He wants to feel like he really achieved what he wanted. Things turned out the way he hoped, and he's truly happy, and he has a reason to celebrate. He wants to feel this way so he doesn't have to pretend anymore. So he just has to figure out how to get there, how to achieve all this. Also, what I was getting is that him and the karmic are not really like-minded people, not kindred spirits. So that added to this feeling of lack of joy and satisfaction. This deceitful woman has been draining your Divine Masculine's life force energy. He hasn't been having the same enthusiasm for life. He's not as vibrant as he used to be. Him not following guidance regarding your connection, hiding his true emotions and desires, also contributed to him feeling this way. He felt trapped. He felt like he didn't have freedom. And when you feel that way, when you convince yourself that you're trapped, you're not free to do whatever you want to, that can be demotivating. That can be draining. The All Tied Up card also tells me that there's a storm happening in his life, which has to do with family, love. The Caring Connection card that ended up next to the card representing this upheaval tells me that this has to do with a relationship between two people. So family, love, relationship. This major drama is happening in his love life, in his home. It has to do with a karmic relationship, a karmic he's married to. The all tied up card can also mean waiting for a contract to be signed, and later on the contract card itself fell out. So this divine masculine and the karmic have been married and they are getting a divorce. The woman holding a heart being on its side, it's about to turn upside down. It's telling me that these family issues, these issues he's been having in his home, within this relationship with the karmic, are not being resolved. There's no working things out between the two of them anymore. It's another confirmation that this divorce is happening. Someone here is not receptive for the other person's love anymore. The divine masculine's life as he knows it is about to change drastically. So this overwhelming, stressful situation is also draining your divine masculine's energy. There's going to be a lot of resentment, jealousy here with this divorce, like with most divorces. He's very much focused on dealing with this, which is holding things up, causing delays in your connection, and even delaying your DM opening up to you about his emotions. But he is making a plan for the two of you. He just has to take care of this right now, this family matter first. Let go of this deceitful karmic. And letting go of this karmic marriage will clear the way for a new exciting adventure. He's ready for a new adventure, ready to celebrate with you, to have you in his life. This journey card could quite literally mean a journey, a trip. He could be getting ready to travel to see you, or even planning to relocate to be closer to you. With this karmic finally being out of your divine masculine's life, he's going to have control over his own finances. He's not going to have to worry about the karmic deceiving him, mishandling his money. He's going to have freedom and complete control over not just his finances, but his life in general. He can do whatever he feels guided to do. He can take action. But first, he needs some time to recover from this breakup, this divorce. Now that he has some peace in his life, he has more alone time, he can focus more on his inner healing, meditate, or do whatever he has to do to process things. So be patient, Divine Feminine. It's very important to heal your wounds after a breakup, especially a big one like the breakup of a marriage. It's important to do this so you don't take those wounds with you into your next relationship where it could negatively affect your connection. So the DM is doing the right thing. This karmic did a number on him. She didn't have his best interest at heart when it came to the divine masculine's finances. In one way or another, this karmic has costed your DM quite a lot of money. She didn't treat your DM or his hard-earned money with respect. She devalued your DM, criticized him, which took a toll on his sense of self-worth, made him doubt his own value. And when toxic people like this karmic are out of our lives, their negative energy can still linger. The awful things they have said or the awful things they have done to us, they can stay with us for a long time if we allow them to. They can continue to do damage if we just bury them in our subconscious instead of dealing with them. So it's very good that the Divine Masculine is taking some time to reflect on things that happened and heal. This woman holding a coin card upside down also reminded me of the Divine Feminine. Some of you Divine Feminines might be worried about your finances or your health. This card fell on my left hand, in the upright first. I hold the deck in my left hand and shuffle with my right hand. So at first it landed on my left hand, but then it kept falling and ended up upside down. What that told me is that try to let go of the fear when it comes to money or your health, Divine Feminine, because although things might seem uncertain at the moment, your financial situation and your health will improve. a wealthy man is coming into your life. Your DM might not feel too abundant right now. This man holding a coin is not in the upright yet. This divorce affected his wealth adversely. But together, you're going to attract greater abundance into your lives. In time, you're going to have this financial abundance. Some of you divine feminines could also have this lack of value for yourself and for your own life, to put it bluntly. Try not to give in to those fears, negative thoughts, anxiety, depression. You feeling this way has to do with a couple of things. You have run out of patience. You've expected to see positive changes in your life by now. Not just in regards to your love life, your twin flame connection, but also your finances. You've been in this passive energetic phase, the yin cycle, for too long, you feel like. You're getting tired of this spiritual slumber, hermit mode, turning inward. You thought it would be over by now. You also could have had a female in your life, maybe more than one person, who directly or indirectly caused you to lose some money because they just didn't care about you or how their actions affected you. Someone who was very critical of you and led you to question whether you were good enough, led you to question your abilities. Again, even though this person may not be in your life anymore, their harmful energy, toxic words might have stuck with you and affected the way you value yourself, contributed to these worries you're having in regards to your finances or health. Let go of whatever they have said or done to you. Don't let it hold you down. Something you've been working on haven't produced the results you hoped to have seen by now. So now you're doubting yourself, wondering if that toxic person was right. But don't let their negative words and energy get to you. This contract card again is a confirmation that a legal commitment, a marriage, is about to come to an end. This card is about to turn upside down, indicating the ending of a previous connection, the breakup of a relationship. After this legal matter, this divorce is over, the Divine Masculine is focusing on finding peace, harmony, balance. Focusing on finding balance again in his life. This Angel of Balance card is right next to the Rest and Rejuvenation card, both representing peace, tranquility. The Yin and Yang card is also about balance, confirming the Angel of Balance card. The DM focusing on his emotional healing, on finding his inner peace, allows him to make more level-headed, self-honoring choices in the future, which will lead to greater abundance, to new opportunities in his career. And as for you, Divine Feminine, something you have been working on for a while is going to pay off finally. You've been waiting patiently to see the positive results of your hard work, and it's finally going to bring in the prosperity you deserve. Staying calm, maintaining your composure, your inner peace, staying centered, well-balanced will allow this wealth to show up in your life faster. Finally, you're going to see major changes in your outer world. Yes, you have been making great progress on your spiritual journey. When you look back at your past few years, you see that you've evolved spiritually, or you've done a lot of emotional healing, perhaps even physical healing. This card is about health as well. Or you've become more in tune with your intuition. You've learned a lot of lessons, but in the outer world, you haven't seen the changes that you hoped for. This Yin and Yang card is here to let you know that a cycle is ending in your life, in both of your lives. This learning phase, these lessons are coming to an end. Your love interest, your Divine Masculine just wasn't taking action. But this phase of inaction is also coming to an end. You both had people in your lives, as I mentioned before, who were toxic, had no good intentions for you, were quite hostile, aggressive toward you, verbally, emotionally abusive. People who have been critical, demanding, hurtful, backstabbing. You were most likely living with them for a while, just like the Divine Masculine was living with this karmic energy vampire. Having people in your lives who don't appreciate you and just cause you pain, distress, misery is coming to an end. This card, upside down, represents the end of hostilities. And you're going to have peace and harmony in your life now. In your lives, both of your lives. It's not going to be as difficult to stay in this peaceful energy, to maintain this equilibrium. You're going to be in union with your DM. It's happening. Situations are being resolved. Even though it might seem slow at the moment, things seem to be moving slowly on the surface. But a lot of inner change is going on. Energies are changing. And by the way, the hostilities card ended up next to the Thinking Man card, both of them upside down. The Thinking Man card upside down is about it's about learning lessons, among other things. So these toxic, hostile people in our lives, they were there to teach you some lessons. In your lives, I mean, or in our lives. These toxic people in your lives, they were there to teach you some lessons, to help you grow spiritually. Sometimes these karmic people, these lessons are there to push us in a certain direction, because otherwise we wouldn't move. We would be satisfied being in our comfort zone, settle for mediocrity, for what we are used to, instead of taking a risk, going for what we truly want. Can you imagine if your Divine Masculine's karmic was a genuinely loving, caring woman, just beautiful inside and out? Yes, your Divine Masculine would still be longing for you, but maybe he would never speak up about his true feelings. Perhaps he wouldn't have the heart to leave this wonderful person. These karmic people who we come across in our lives are nasty for a reason. For example, I grew up with not one but two narcissists. And it was really tough, but if I had an all-around loving, supportive family, I would have never moved to another country and wouldn't have met my twin flame. All my friends and even my family members were shocked that I moved to a faraway country all by myself, and they were even more surprised that I stayed. They told me they didn't expect this from me. I didn't seem to have that kind of personality. And you know what? They were right. I probably wouldn't have done that if those toxic people hadn't made my life so unbearable. So yes, some lessons in our lives seem a little too harsh, but just wait and see the good that will come from you learning those lessons. One more thing I wanted to add about this karmic of the DM, is that I got the feeling that she seemed like a nice person. Yes, she was deceitful, but I don't think the Divine Masculine was aware of that for the longest time. He wasn't listening to the guidance he was receiving about it. He didn't want to see it, didn't want to accept it. But now this nice person mask is coming off due to this divorce and the events leading up to it. Now she's openly hostile. She's not hiding anymore who she is. That concludes the reading. Please like, comment, subscribe so my messages can get out to as many Divine Feminines who need to hear them as possible. Thank you for watching. Bye.